I'm Donny Verma at an electric car show. These cars might become the future cars of the world, might become very famous. Let's talk to the right person to know more about its features. We have Rob with us, and who will be explaining about the features of these electric cars. Yes, Rob.
Sure. So this is my 2015 Leaf S. It's just the base model Leaf. Cost is about $31,500. The government has a $14,000 incentive on them right now. So out the door, this car is in the low $20,000 range. I only have level 2 charging on this car. It takes about 3 hours to charge up from empty, and costs about $1.60 to drive 100 kilometers in electricity. I've driven 83,000 kilometers on it. It's been great. Never go back to a gas car. No maintenance to speak of. Don't have to do brakes. They're lifetime brakes. I've changed a wiper blade. I've filled the washer fluid, and that's about all you need to do on these type of cars. So it ends up being cheaper when you do the math than any gas car on the road. It's not slow. It's quite a fast car. Like the city, it's hard for other cars to keep up with me. Drive a little aggressive. Top speed is about 150 kilometers an hour. Heated seats throughout, heated steering wheel, heated rear seat. Proxy key, entry, push button start, things like that. It doesn't have navigation because it's a base model, but it's been great. So you can't expect more from it. I just ordered my 2018 today.
How much expenses does it have per year?
Oh, so I probably spend on electricity. I spend about $50 a month, $40 to $50 a month. And so it's about $500 to drive the car 25,000 kilometers per year. And, I save about $300 in fuel costs from my previous gas car.
Per month?
Per month. I save about $300 per month.
Oh, okay.
Let's say it's about $3,000 per year. With the car costing in the low 20s, the car basically ends up being free after 7 years.
Okay.
So that's, if you do a little bit of math, you can work out the details.
Timing belts and stuff?
No belts.
No belts,
no
right.
Fluid. Well, it's got brake fluid and washer fluid and steering fluid, I believe. But
Okay.
you don't have to change it very often at all. I mean, I think the schedule on that is very far apart. Brakes should last the lifetime of the vehicle as well because it has regenerative braking, and it barely uses the pads at all, probably 10% of a normal car. So the car will probably be done before the brakes are. A lot of people are worried about the battery degradation. The battery on this car is down about 5% over 83,000 kilometers and 3.5 years. So I don't think it's as big of an issue as a lot of people make it out to be. It'll probably last the lifetime of the vehicle. I mean, certainly for the next owner, once I get my 2018, the next owner the battery's still fine. It'll be fine for another 10 years, no issues. So.
And when you have to replace the batteries, how much do they cost?
Well, the batteries I've heard are about $5,000. That might be $5,000 US. I'm not sure, but generally you shouldn't have to replace the batteries. A lot of people think you should, but it's not like a cell phone battery that only lasts 2 years. It's like a very expensive car battery, and they're different technology. They are designed to last a long, long time.
A decade at least.
Right.
Yeah.
At least 10 years.
Yeah.
Warranted for 8.
Oh.
So the dealer would not sell you a car where the battery's going to die in 7 years, and then they'd have to replace it. That'd be terrible for them. So when they warranty it for 8, they expect it to last at least 8. And I'm thinking it'll last at least double that.
And Rob, you said something about the brakes. You don't need new brakes, or they keep on going. Can you explain more about that?
So the car is regenerative braking. When you slow the car down, when you let go of the gas pedal, the car slows down and it turns the motor in reverse and takes some of that power from slowing down the car and puts it back into the battery. So you actually gain more power to use later, and you don't use the brakes nearly as much as you do on a regular car.
Yeah.
So tomorrow morning there's going to be test drives here between 10 a.m. and 3 p.m. And it won't be the owners' cars here, but we have another non-profit organization going to be bringing a few cars for the public to test drive.
And Rob, do you think these are going to be the future cars of the world?
They're already here, and I don't think they're going away anytime soon.
Yeah.
The people who buy them, they never ever want to go back to gas, and so they're only growing. The people who bought the first cars are now starting to buy their second cars, and as the public gets more knowledge about them and does the math and works things out and thinks about the environment, they're only going to buy more of them. Well, once you own one, it's really, really hard to even think about driving a gas car again. It's expensive, it's dirty, it's noisy, it vibrates. There's a lot of aspects to it, and I've had a lot of gas cars. I've probably had 7 or 8 gas cars in my life, and I don't need them anymore. I'm just going to buy electric from now on.
But don't you think it would be kick on the stomach of mechanics, because you don't go for oil change then?
Well, mechanics are going to have to, I don't know what they're going to do, because there's there's not very much maintenance on these cars.
Right.
It's just there's a lot less moving parts. There's only a handful of moving parts in these cars compared to a gas car that has thousands of moving parts.
Yeah.
And
secondly, I see your car is Nissan.
Yes.
And there are other big companies like Chevrolet is there.
Yes. Almost every manufacturer now makes an electric car.
Okay.
Some of them, like Chevrolet, make 2. And that's the way it's going. I mean, GM has committed that they're going to be making 20 electric cars in the next few years, and Nissan is coming out with their second generation Leaf, and Tesla has, obviously Tesla, everyone knows Tesla, but even manufacturers like Hyundai and Kia are coming out with their electric cars now, and they're all trying to compete in this market space because it's just a market space that's going to continue to grow in the future.
Right. Thank you so much.
Thanks.